Hello everyone, Ben Williams here from Old Tin Cup Habitat Restoration Enhancement, and welcome back. We're going to call this, I guess, Strategy Sunday out here. Now, as you can see, we're out here at the boomerang plot. Herbicide's doing its work. We got the seed packed in. Now, hopefully we get some rain tonight into tomorrow. You can see right up the hill there, we got the beautiful blind tucked in. As you can see from down here, that screen is right to the bottom of the platform. That's perfect, getting into this with strategy. So, a couple travel corridors coming out here, big bedding area that was cut in before this plot was enlarged this year. This is Boomerang, where we shot a lot of our videos so far this year, because this is all based around strategy and giving you guys ideas about strategy with your pieces of property to help make them more successful. Now, out of that blind specifically, there's no bow opportunities out of it, and that's fine. This is set up for low impact, getting into the late season hunting strategy on this plot, and then overlooking this early successional habitat, bedding areas, etc. Works out for a really good gun season spot. Now, I wanted to take advantage of the lower section down here is planted in oats. I want to take advantage of it for bow season. We talked about it with our video, that had a trail specifically cut in for it. Now, this stand, which I've had a tree stand here before, back before this was a food plot and this was just overgrown goldenrod in the maple, but now it's actually probably going to go, it looks like, better in the willow from here. And what you have is a nice 26-yard shot right here on this side of the screen. And then once they get out in the plot, obviously you have a nice quartering away. Now let's talk about why this works, and I brought the map specifically for this so you guys could see this. And instead of coming down the food plot, that's not going to work. You're going to walk all through the access, expose yourself to all that deer movement up there. You're going to be doing more harm than good. A lot of times, I see this on a lot of properties where they don't have specific entrance and exits for each stand. Now that one has its specific one, the tower. Now we're going to talk about why this one has its specific one right here. So what we have is Boomerang is right here, kind of right in here. And what we have is a big pond here, and we'll walk this here in a second, and you can come right in off the main access road, come right down a mowed trail. It's going to be right down along the pond, and then there's a small little overflow pond right here, and then a ditch bed, and then that willow stand is going to be right there. So what we're going to do is going to access this way. South wind, everything's perfect with it. Southeast, southwest, not the greatest, but again, it blows into this big canary grass. It's going to lift up and out and over an area that we call camp. So let's get in this hedgerow back here, and we'll see what this really looks like. So follow me along. So again, like I said, this is not the way we would come into this stand, but this is how we're going to access it for showing you guys. So I'm going to have to probably put one brush hog pass back here along here to be able to shoot this end. We did plug up the trail that was right here. This was too close for my liking to that. I mean, we're less than 10 yards here. So I wanted to push them out there a little bit, but still a comfortable shot. Pinches them down perfect. 26 yards is a very, very comfortable shot for me, and a very comfortable shot for getting a good distance away from that deer, so you have a larger kill zone on that animal. And again, this, when we plugged it up, was all plugged up down here with a little push out. That trail comes out there. Big scrape's going to be there, which you can also again see the tower blind from here as well. But this screen is beautiful right now, almost has me fully concealed, and we are in the second, going on third week of August. And look at this, I mean, talk about a screen. So that's the beauty of screening these food plots. So I am going to come in this way, even though this isn't going to be the access way in. I'm actually going to drop this cherry tree so deer don't come through this. There's a little small trail that was right here. It came out of this ditch bed. But I'll explain why this works a heck of a lot better now. So the stand, as you can see from the, now that we're down on quiet soil, the stand, you'd come right up in the plot. The plot is completely concealed from me once you get one or two up. Still have really good cover from this Norway maple going up the tree. We're going to probably go in this sprig of this willow here and get up there 18, 20 feet or better from hopefully the top of the ditch. We'll probably put a 20-foot stand in this location. So that's what we got going on. Good cover with the maple. It might go in the maple. We'll see how it all looks and feels from the plot. But here we are, and this ditch was an hour and a half with the hand cutters cutting this in. But again, I wanted this bulletproof. So You're right to the tree, up the tree. Still got to come back and rake this out and spray the vegetation along it, so I'm not leaving any scent behind. But this is, I would call this 75% of the way done. So I'm going to turn the camera around and we're going to walk right down this and come right out to the pond, and we're going to show you what this looks like. So I cleaned this whole ditch out. I mean, as you can see, the hogweed still needs to get raked out like we were saying. I don't want any of this. You can hear it crunching under my feet. I just did a rough rake out with my boots, but I'll come through here with a rake and I'll get this out. I'll spray back these vegetation sides of this so I'm not rubbing anything of my pants against these for season. That way I'm not leaving any scent behind. Probably come through one more time with the clippers too once this trail settles back in. Yeah, it settled back in a bit from when I cut this. So this is literally right through a dogwood jungle, and there are 2 cross trails right here, but a lot of my trimmings I put up and on the cross trails, so hopefully limiting that and pushing them again up there underneath that primary scrape in the plot, or coming out here on the backside behind this thing. And the beauty of this stand is in the evening time or in the morning, that sun comes up right over here in the southeast, warms that air up, and that air is going to go right up like an elevator chute and push up. It's going to be pulling up out of this bottom all morning. So I'm going to be sitting basically bulletproof in this spot in the morning with a south wind. So, and the reason why it works going through this dogwood like this, and the reason why it's like looks like I literally just cut through a hedge. Again, this is 75% of the way done, not any means finished product. But what this does is doesn't allow deer to feel safe going down it. And I see this a lot with travel corridors people cut in. If there's no exit routes, I mean, you can see there's no exits through here, any of this. So again, you got to come through chainsaw. I just had the loppers today, so that's what we used. And again, cut it almost looks like right through a bamboo jungle, but this is all dogwood down in here. And then here we are right on the bottom side of the back of the pond. This is the overflow we were talking about. As you can see, empty right now. Well, she's a little soft, but, and then the main pond is right up here. So this travel trail, you come right around the edge of the pond, rim of the pond. I might even put something in this maple now that I got down in here and looking at where these trails cross around this, because the waterway, it pinches them down too. In the morning, this again will be lifting up and out. But you can go down through there, loop right around, stay off of any of this vegetation stuff. I don't want to be coming through this. I want to be going around there where I'm not leaving any scent signature, bare ground. And then you come right through here. You can see I cut a little bit of a pathway, not much. Again, still got a lot of work to do, big sticks to move. I just wanted to get a majority of the bulk done and get in here with the chainsaw on the backpack and start killing it. So all this will get sprayed, and you'll come right up here. We're walking this in reverse. This is the way out rather than the way in, but same idea. But right through here, come right along the edge of the pond. This will be sprayed back, raked out. We'll spray it here hopefully this week before a rain, or after a rain rather. And then, like we talked about, there's no place for deer to go through here. There's no deer trail existing, anything like that. It's too tunnel-like for them in through here. And again, I'll be snipping this back, spraying this back, etc. Settled back in quite a bit so from when I cut it. So, and a lot of raking to do, a lot of hand raking. So a little bit of work next couple weeks, or next week or so anyway, because I really want to be able to sit this spot with the bow, because it's easy in, easy out. It's a really quick walk in. And right here, once we get the tractor tire fixed, because that's flat, you'll come in, have a mowed path right down along the base of the pond. And you're saying, well, the deer are going to use that. I'm okay with that, because I'm going to spray all the existing vegetation. There's going to be no scent left there, or minimum scent with just the ground disturbance, no vegetation. And we're going to leave a trail across the top that comes up into this locust grove up here, up kind of to my right, and that's going to allow the deer to go naturally across the top like they want to. They'll be down here, but even with this wet mud, fawn tracks, and maybe it looks like a set of doe tracks, that's it down here. And it's been really hot and dry, so that mowed trail come right down in through here. This might have to get weed whacked, or and then hand sprayed or whatnot, and I'll probably hand spray the whole trail. But yeah, that'll be your access. You come right down there. the main access roads right there. Come down the hill, stay nice and low in the morning, wrap right down through here. You got a nice cattail cover, you know, good topography cover, and this is your only kind of exposed section to the deer up here. But even that is such a thick wall up in that I'm not that worried about it. And if it ends up being an issue, I'll probably cut a trail next year if I learn it's an issue up through the back of that to give a little bit more of a buffer through here. But that's it, guys. So these are the kind of videos you guys wanted to see, was these strategy videos. This is the stand. Like I said, this needs a little bit more work, but you kind of saw what we had going into this. This will probably be one of them where I sit in the truck, and I'm actually not on stand at daybreak, because I don't want to be on that food plot before daylight, because I'll be pushing deer off of it. So I'll actually sit in the truck until about legal shooting, maybe 5 minutes into legal shooting, and then I'll come right down, drop into the access road, come right down here up this trail. Quick little 2-minute walk, not even, from the gravel to right down here along this pond, inside by the back overflow pond, and then up in my tree, and I'm ready to hunt. So good morning spot to catch them between on the bottom side of food. You might even catch a doe group going through that small food source before they go back to bedding, because again, there's a couple big bedding areas in there, or catching them in between, bucks cruising. A lot of good options for that stand. I've shot a couple deer out of it, 2 does out of that stand specifically. Never had the opportunity of a good buck out of that stand, but hopefully with the way this is designed now and the way we can access into this, it makes this just a bulletproof banging spot with a south wind. So that's what we're doing today, guys.